Today I'm reviewing the Noble Amadeus Bluetooth TWS earphones. Let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews, and check out the lovely scarlet or crimson red top lid of that charging case there. Isn't it lovely? Let's have a look quickly at the IEMs. I'll pull them out in a minute. I just want to go over some of the specs first of all. The price is $329 US. Now inside of here, we've got a single 8.3 millimeter triple layer diaphragm dynamic driver. I won't go into the technicalities of what that means, but just be aware, 8.3 millimeter dynamic driver inside. So pretty standard case. You got your charging port on the back, 4 little LEDs on the front to show your battery status or level. I didn't see anywhere in the specifications anything about wireless charging, so I don't know. I'm still living in the dark ages apparently. I still don't have a wireless charging pad. I'm old school USB. But let's pull these babies out and have a look, because they are super pretty. They've got these kind of celluloid faceplates, red faceplates, only available in this one color. And you can see the Noble Audio logo in the middle of the faceplates there. These look stunning. The shells are made from this glossy black 3D printed resin, and yeah, pseudo custom style shells, and they are very comfortable. A little bit large, but they work for me. And due to the somewhat lengthy, well, the actual nozzle is pretty short, but combined with the way it fits onto the shell, you can go for a somewhat deep insertion. And once again, Noble Audio have provided a pretty decent selection of ear tips, not quite as good as the ones that came with the Rex5 here, but due to the shape of the shells, I was actually able to use the stock ear tips, which is amazing. I want to talk about some of the features first before we get into the audio quality. So yes, these have ANC or active noise cancelling. It works quite well. It is not the best ANC you'll hear. In fact, the Soundpeats Air 5 Pro that I reviewed just recently actually has slightly better ANC than these. So if that is an issue for you, you'll have to look for alternatives. These are more about the quality of the audio, the music that they play. But they do have some nice features. They got the ANC, they've got the ambient mode. They have lots and lots of EQ options, and that is all in the app, which I'll show you as well. So that's what the app looks like. You got a little drop-down menu here, 10-band EQ, and there are also 6 preset EQs there. You can set your own custom one here. Then there's this EQ curve, and what that does, it's just a really easy way to change from heavier or warmer to brighter or more clinical, just like sliding it like that. Super easy. I have that off. And then there is the personal EQ, and this is software. What do they call it? It's the Audiodo Personal Sound Hearing Calibration software. Quite a mouthful, I know, but you basically can do a short listening test. It tests both the left and the right earpieces separately, and then it will create a curve designed specifically for your hearing. And I actually found it to work quite nicely. Normally when earbuds have this kind of feature, I do the test and I don't like the result, and so I leave it turned off. But actually, I quite like the curvy. I've called it the curvy because that's what it looks like. Anyway, that's that part. And by the way, you can have your personal EQ and one of the other, either a 10-band or a preset mode as well at the same time. That's pretty nice. On top of those things, you've got custom UI, so you can change the touch functions on the buttons. That is a really nice touch. Let's have a look at the settings from within here. You can do those things. I'm not going to go through them all. You can update the firmware from within the app. I see I've got an update available there. I will do that. I probably should have done that before this video, but it's not that important. Look what it does. It optimizes the default sound tuning slightly, and it fixes a Bluetooth disconnects during Google Meet on iOS issue. I don't use iOS or iPhone, so that doesn't affect me in any way. And yeah, that's it. That's the little app. It is simple but functional, and it works well. Okay, let's talk battery now. And with ANC off, you can get up to 12 hours of playtime on a single charge. That is very nice. With ANC on, you get 8 hours. So that is also pretty darn good. That is really nice, actually. In addition to that, the charging case has enough juice for roughly 2.5 extra charges. So you can get up to 42 hours in total playtime out of these. That is top notch. There's also fast charging supported. So a quick 10-minute charge will get you around 2 hours of playback. And one last thing, they have an auto power on off thing. So if you do take them out of your ears and you don't put them back in the case, they will power off automatically, which is another great feature. The only one thing that is missing is the in-ear sensor. So that thing, when you take one earpiece out of your ears, it will automatically stop playback and resume when you put the earpiece back in. Not a big deal, but it would be nice. I'm kind of rambling here, I know, but we're getting through it. You know, let's take it easy today. Let's talk about the microphone. The microphone and the call quality are good. They're great, actually. Voices aren't compressed or thin. The articulation is nice, you know, nice and clear vocals that come through. These are perfect for phone calls, perfect for video conferencing. I'm going to give you an example of the microphone here. By 6000 BC, Greater Australia is no more. 1/7 of its land, about 2.5 million square kilometres, has been drowned by the sea. Tasmania, once a southern peninsula, is now an island whose Aborigines have lost all contact with those on the mainland. So there you go. I think that's everything covered. I've talked about the app, the battery, the Bluetooth 5.4, by the way, nice and modern version, which is great for stability. No problems whatsoever with the connection. It's super easy and super fast pairing it with your phone. So I think it is time for us to talk about the sound. Now, I'm going to do my best here to describe the default sound out of the box. However, I would like to point out also, like I mentioned, that the Amadeus here responds really well to equalization. So whether it's be presets or the custom EQ or the personal profile, the Audiodo personal profile, these respond really well to EQ, which makes the sound highly customizable, but it also maintains excellent audio quality regardless of the selected sound profile or EQ setting. So now, at first I had some reservations about that 8.3mm driver. You know, a lot of modern IEMs have 10mm is pretty much the standard, but some of them like FIO and Dunu IEMs and others, of course, have like 12 and even 13mm dynamic drivers. So I was a bit worried that these wouldn't have that sort of deep bass impact in the low end, but it turns out there was no need for concern because there is more than enough bass coming out of these guys. Now, whether it's too much or too little for you, that is super easy to adjust with a bit of EQ within the app, and it works great. So these can sort of really thump and pump, or they can be very much balanced and high fidelity. Now, the mid-range has a warm yet articulate character, good detail, but more importantly, it sounds very natural, very cohesive. That is, of course, one of the hallmarks of a dynamic driver, single dynamic driver, just that coherency, that natural organic sound. Vocals are nice and forward, they're nice and vibrant, and instruments sound nice and lifelike and very convincing. Things opened up even more after I set up that personal sound profile. It actually worked really nicely. Then in terms of the treble, no matter which sound profile I chose, the Amadeus had a nice vibrant sound with a well-balanced mix of warmth, clarity, and energy all at the same time. The treble in particular, I was quite surprised by. It's got really nice crisp definition, really precise treble. It also extends well and it carries a good amount of air, which of course opens up the soundstage and adds details. But it does all that without ever crossing into harshness. So the treble is nice and smooth. It is energetic and lively, but it's not harsh. There's no sibilance there. Even on brighter EQ settings, the treble is relatively smooth and trouble-free. Okay, I'm going to do one quick comparison today, and that is with the Noble FoKus Rex5. Now, this one is a bit more expensive. It's like $100 more, I believe. I can't remember exactly the price. The shells are a little bit rounder and bigger, so the Amadeus is likely to be more compatible with more people's ear anatomy. These ones are pretty big, but I did find them very comfortable anyway, and they come with a really good selection of ear tips. But these both share some similar qualities, such as their sort of sound signature. They're both bold but controlled, and they're both energetic and clean. They have good contrasted notes, great instrument separation on both of them. Both offer the same feature set within, you know, all the customization options via the Noble FoKus app. So they both have the same EQ options. But where the Rex5 pulls ahead is it has slightly better, only slightly better active noise cancelling, but it has stronger technical performance. So the Rex5 has improved resolution and detail retrieval compared to the Amadeus. And furthermore, the Rex5's bass has better extension and a more tactile physical quality. It is hard to explain, but the bass just has an extra layer of depth on the Rex5. You can actually feel it. It's almost like a bone conductor. But really, these are both outstanding IEMs. It's which one will be best for you? Well, like I said, the Rex5 is a bit more clinical and analytical. It has better technicalities, like better detail retrieval, slightly better instrument separation, but the Amadeus has a very natural, organic tonality, that cohesiveness that dynamic drivers do so well, and of course it is $100 cheaper. And then on top of that, red or green, or both if you want to have Christmas themed Bluetooth earbuds in your house. Either way, you're getting pretty much class leading TWS in both of these price brackets. I gave my recommended award to the Rex5, and I think I have to give it to the Amadeus as well, because it is just spectacular. It is really, really good. How much better is it than some of the best sub $100 earbuds? Well, as always in audio, there are diminishing returns that kick in pretty hard after $100, but I would say you definitely can hear the upgrade compared to cheaper Bluetooth earbuds. Which reminds me, I forgot to mention that these do support LDAC and aptX adaptive, of course. So yeah, really, really great audio quality out of both of these. I'm giving these my recommended award as well. These are fabulous. If you're looking for something a bit more fancy, a bit more expensive, and a bit more high fidelity than your regular type of Bluetooth earbuds, check these out. Give them a go. They are unreal. Having said that, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, Pa Family Audiophile style. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button before you go. And until next time, I'll see you later.